Doing, guys?
Good, man.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Stoked to tune in, listen to what you guys got to say.
Sweet.
How are we? How are we doing with the NFTs, Max? We sold a bunch today or not?
We're doing good. We're basically at the halfway point. So right now we're debating kind of a few things because I personally feel like we've raised the money we need to get our audit done. I have a meeting with hopefully the auditor that'll take us on. I'm getting more. I'm gonna see what their how long they're held up for. So obviously, I want to go with an auditor that not only makes sense time wise, but is going to be right for what we're doing here. And their name is
Yeah, that makes sense.
Consensus. And Consensus has done audits for Coinbase. But what's really important here is that they did an audit for Balancer, Bancor, and SushiSwap, which are all automated market makers and very large ones. So we want to make sure that the auditor we're going with has, audited notable automated market makers before, because at the core, we're really just another automated market maker. So I'm meeting with them tomorrow, and I'm going to get a more definite clue onto the direction and how long things are going to take for them, and to see if things are going to make sense and if we can get a down deposit in to start the time if we need to. But they're hopefully estimating that the latest will be April, but this meeting will clarify things. So
Awesome.
what's really going on with the NFT sale right now is I personally feel like we probably, I'll find out for sure if we have enough money tomorrow, but I personally feel like we have more than enough money for the audit, uh, which was our goal. And also I feel like I've gotten my friends and family members in, and I also feel like we have a good community to start with here. So
I feel like
what
it's a
we're
great community, and it's only growing. A lot more
agreed.
people are getting involved, and I think the coolest thing about this is that like there's so many people in this community that it's their first NFT. It's their first time, entering a
Exactly.
space like this. And for a lot of people, it's exciting. I know that I've got this one kid. He bought an NFT. That kid Liam, he's really really excited. He's been telling a lot of other guys that might have never took a leap into a space like this. So I think it's pretty great.
That's amazing to hear. So yeah, we feel like we have the money we need. We have a really solid community here. I got, the people I really care about into the project. So to us right now, what we're debating is essentially closing out the mint by, so the way it'll work is we're essentially gonna buy up the remaining NFTs and then send them to, we'll have the community vote on this, but what we're thinking is we'll send them to the DAO, and essentially all you guys will have control over the remaining NFTs. So you can decide when the cryptocurrency comes out, for example, to redeem all the cryptocurrency and pay all of you guys out, or you could decide to sell the NFTs off one by one when the DAO needs money. You can do anything you really want here. But this way, it's essentially like everyone gets the NFTs they purchase at half price, or they essentially double their NFT positions. Because for us, we're not really sure if we'd want to give other people the opportunity to buy in at this price, especially when all of our early believers are here right now. I mean, any other people that would get to the point to maybe potentially mint more NFTs aren't really going to be on the early adopter, early believer, friends and family side anymore after this point. And to us, we think they will likely have to buy in during our decentralized ICO, which is a later phase of the project when the protocol is released. So that's what we're thinking about here, because obviously what we care about is rewarding our friends, family. Obviously, Ben and I are going to have a decent number of these NFTs too, and our early adopters, and we feel like our community is pretty well set in those matters. So what we'll likely do is we'll have everyone vote on it, and then we'll put in an announcement saying, "Hey, this will be everyone's last opportunity to purchase a Solon NFT," and we'll give some time, some kind of time frame, and then we'll execute and purchase the rest and send it to the DAO.
That sounds like a great
So
plan.
what's the time span on that? Like, what's how long are you going to be allowing some people to be purchasing more NFTs? Because I can do some work on my end to try to try to get some some buddies who are trying to get into this space.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing here is like what I've been talking about since the beginning. This whole thing's been a ghost launch, is getting in like good quality people, people you care about, friends, family, people you think not only would be invested in the project, but are, would be potential contributors at one point, because this is a decentralized project. This is a decentralized ecosystem. And we want people involved in the community that are not only great individuals, but also care about the outcome of the project. So we're going to have the DAO out probably sometime at the beginning of next week. And then shortly after that, we'll have everyone vote on it. And then right after that, we'll set up the close. And then once we purchase all the NFTs up, then everything will be revealed.
I think that's a good idea. Like I definitely now that there's time and there's availability, I definitely would like to take a few days and kind of let a few people know, whether they're other family members or friends from the space, because it's a neat opportunity to get into something very interesting, and I don't want anyone to have regret.
Yeah, thank you, John. And what we're also going to do is all the funds we don't use for the audit and any like short-term costs that we're expecting within like the next week or two, we'll send to the DAO, and we'll set it up so essentially you guys can control what happens to the remaining money from the sale, whether we want to use it for, let's say, development in the metaverse space, or even if you guys think a payout would be better back to you guys, or let's say eventually use it to buy everyone in the DAO that owns the NFTs more of our cryptocurrency, really whatever you guys want. So all the remaining money from the sale will be essentially in your hands as a DAO. So you guys as a collective will get to decide what to do with it.
Hey, welcome to the space, everybody. We're just chilling. We're chatting. You're welcome to come up and talk. Ask any questions you have about really anything. And if anybody in the room can answer that question, they will come up and answer. We're talking NFTs. We're talking crypto. Obviously, we're talking DeFi. We've got Crypto Jesus up here as a co-host. He's one of the founders, along with Ben Blute, of Solon DeFi. And it's a new automated market maker platform that's going to deal with NFTs and all sorts of stuff. You're welcome to click through that link at the top of the page at Solon DeFi and go into the Discord. You're happy to join us, ask questions there. Also, you can find the Solon DeFi website, where there's lots of writing that you can read up on and figure out what the project's all about. We've been talking about the NFT sale. So just over 3,000 NFTs have been up for sale. The sale is still live. If you have not purchased any and you're interested in that, you can go to the Solon DeFi website and see what they look like. They're AI-generated digital paintings, and they're still available. They are sold on a sliding scale up. So the first one starts at 0.06 that you mint, and if you mint another one, 0.07, then 0.08, and so on. And what that does is that kind of gets you into this project. It's been a friends and family mint, so it's just for people that are really excited about the project, and obviously close friends and family. And so it was a stealth launch. You might not have heard of us if you're new to this space today. It was a stealth launch, not a lot of publicity, just word of mouth. And a lot of us know each other from other NFT projects or crypto projects, or personally outside the space. So that's how we all wound up here. My name's John. Welcome to the space. If we do get rugged, we will come right back. We're definitely going to go for at least an hour. If the conversation is cranking and we're having a good time and people are available, we will go past that. But the floor is open to anybody who'd like to step up and ask a question or bring up any subject in the space, and we could just chat.
What's up, Max?
How's it going? I just kind of wanted to follow up to, what you were saying earlier, Max, about the funds going to the DAO and purchasing the NFTs and everything like that. So how, as far as the mechanics, the way I'm understanding it, we would purchase the audit with the funds that are currently there. The remaining would go into the DAO, and then would those funds be the funds purchasing the remaining NFTs, or how does that
That's a great question. So basically, the way it would work is the audit, we essentially won't be paying the lump sum until the actual audit starts. The auditors are held up a bit. So what I'm looking to do in this meeting tomorrow is to talk total sum, but essentially we can use start the clock ticking down. So what we're going to use is the funds in the contract. So the $270,000 we've raised so far. Essentially, what will happen is we'll use those funds in the contract and purchase the NFTs. So every time we purchase an NFT, the money just goes back to the contract. So it'll be like essentially an annulment. The only cost is going to be the cost of gas, because every time we purchase an NFT, the money just goes straight back to the contract.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I know you guys would figure this out, the math side of things, but obviously some were purchased at 0.06, some at 0.07, 0.08, what have you. Are you going to do this in multiple batches where you can, or one at a time where you can buy them all back at point?
Yeah, so we're not buying any of them back. Actually, these are ones that are still for sale. So we're not buying any back from anyone. So technically, the ones we do purchase using the funds of the contract, we will have to pay at that increasing scale. So eventually, it'll get to the point where they're just crazy expensive. So we're just going to have to do this in multiple transactions. In worst case scenario, we essentially just transfer the funds, the contract ownership to another address, and then do it through there.
Right on. Okay, cool.
What up, guys? How you doing?
So, John, how's it going?
Every good? Oh, it's all good. Yeah.
Sweet.
No, I'm good.
What's up?
I'm good. I was thinking. I have like some ideas for I don't know. I think that the best platform for what I've been thinking is Solon, because the DeFi. I'm guessing that we're all like. From what we have been talking into the Discord on the objectives with this project, I think that we are trying to answer some like real problems in real life problems, you know. So I think that we can like. Everybody and anyone have seen Squid Games already?
Yeah, I actually just started watching it.
Is it good?
It's really fucking
Nice.
good. Oh, it's so good.
Well, I just saw like the first episode. With that, like I started to have some ideas. For example, I live also with my grandparents, you know. So two stuff. Like I think that just to be quick, two problems. Elder people, like, you know, a range between I don't know, 45 or 50 years old. I don't know, 70 years, probably 80 years, something like that. Those folks probably, first of all, they are alone. They don't have, most of them, I don't like to generalize a lot, but most of them, they are just alone, you know, family just everywhere. So everybody has their own life, you know, also. But and the other stuff is how they create wealth when you are like an old man or old woman, whatever. So because you don't have more. Yeah, I don't like to sound like rude or something, but you don't have probably more utility in the world because of your age. So I think that with Solon, the platform could be, because if the approach also is like educational, educative, like we want to bring more new users, we should. I think that also that is something that the NFT space should do, or when it starts to getting massive, it will be like that, like having a real nice interface so the user can like. Be just fun or something like easy to use. So I think that is something that we can like. I know that we can like discuss this further, but probably that's something that I wanted to share.
So
No, that's great.
Dante's talking.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's
John?
up, man? So Dante, just for everybody, Dante's talking about education, and I think that every platform as it grows would behoove itself to do some form of education through its platform, because let's face it, most people don't know diddly about this space, myself included. So videos are helpful, articles are helpful. If there's any DeFi whizzes in here besides our founders here, you're welcome to submit. Like, you can write articles, and submit them to CJ or Ben for kind of proofreading, because this is all helpful. Like, there's nothing that is like off limits or anything. If you're part of this group, you're part of this project, like, definitely, like, we would love your input.
100%. And I think obviously there's a huge problem in this space right now, and NFTs have kind of changed that a bit, where the whole crypto space is extremely technical and it's hard to find educational resources for the average person. And you really have to do all the digging on your own. The NFT space has been great because it's brought people into the technology because of the art and the culture. And I think Gary Vee has a really great model, because what he does with his Discord is he helps bring people in from the general public and kind of educate them on the basics of buying NFTs and cryptocurrency and all these other things. And it's really important that we create better environments for these kind of things in the space. So eventually we're talking about like through our Solon Works program, which is something we just introduced because of someone's idea, where essentially people can contract people and rent people out for their services, and they'll have a blockchain resume that is basically indisputable, because it can only be contributed to by the people who have hired them through our ecosystem. So eventually we're looking at rewarding people for contributing educational materials. So like people can make podcasts and things like that. And then us as a community can vote on the quality of their work and decide how much to pay these people out in Ethereum or Solon or whatever currency we decide to. So it's really important for us to, help educate people in the general public about the space, because as we all know here, all of us are believers. We all know the future of cryptocurrency. We all know that this is the future. Once you really get into the space, once you get involved, it's the future. But until you get to that point, you don't really understand it. You don't understand why cryptocurrencies may have value, or why NFTs have value aside from being art, all these other things. So it's really important for us to really bring in that whole educational aspect. And hopefully our hardware product will help, lower the barrier to entry. And we obviously think it will, because it simplifies the entire interaction. But we want to set up all these other programs for people to be able to, contribute educational materials, and not just do it because of, being kind people, which is great, but we want there to be incentive to contribute educational materials. So there are more educational materials in the space. I mean, obviously right now, anyone can contribute anything, but there isn't a lot of materials in the space because there isn't a lot of incentive to contribute these materials. So we want to create all these little economies, so to speak, to help improve the space and to, reward people for their work. And it goes to feed itself. It's all a part of the ecosystem.
And then one thing I want to push back just a little bit on something that Dante said, and maybe he just didn't get it out exactly the way he meant to, but older people have not lost their utility. Older people, I believe retirement and the idea that somebody is obsolete is a construct of modern society. And whether you believe in God or whether you believe in the power of nature, I don't believe either one would create humans to lose utility. I believe humans have utility till the day they die. And some people, many people, I think it's a whether you want to call it depression or whatever, if they feel like they've lost use, if they've lost their, utility to society, I believe that is a personal problem, but it's not necessarily their fault. It's a construct that's been put on them by whether it's like a socialist government or a large corporation. People are living on pensions and they've kind of lost their desire to grow, to create, and this kind of thing. So that's my opinion, and I'd love to hear others' opinion, and we can just keep going.
John, John, just a little sec. Like, that's what I was trying to say. Like, no human being lost their utility. I'm going to send to the Discord in some point a video, because that's why I bring the subject on this. yesterday, for example, my grandfather has 85. So he's a nuclear engineer. So he just got like this scooter because he likes to go to the pool every day, you know. So just to imagine these just old people just trying to move some each day in the pool, you know. So he likes to go to the pool, and sometimes we don't have enough cars, so he just got this scooter so he can go to the pool. And I was trying yesterday to teach him to how to use it, you know, because the thing is really fast. So he just, bro, he don't have like the balance and all the stuff, you know, when age stuff, but he got it. So I have some videos of him just like driving the stuff, and it's really funny. And that's why I bring this about Solon on how DeFi can help a lot of people just to create wealth. And no, of course, I'm totally with you, bro. So no human lost their utility, never.
Amen.
Other than that, I think we should open up the space to DeFi and DAOs in general. I think a huge topic for conversation lately is people are starting to see all these NFT projects pop up with DAOs, and DAOs are great for a decentralization aspect. But you know, it's the whole question of a lot of people, you know, will kind of purchase NFT projects and things like that because they have a DAO, but a DAO is necessarily necessary for all these art projects. I mean, unless they want to consider doing things like, you know, giving away their secondary sales fee to the DAO. Decentralization and DAOs are really important because I think we're starting to see projects that kind of create themselves, that build into themselves, that live on forever. And any project can become a DAO and sort of realize that utility. But the problem we're seeing is a lot of project creators aren't really willing to give up the wealth factor associated with these NFT projects. You know, they want to make money off the secondary sales for the rest of their life. And to me, that's the issue here, you know, because for a DAO to be sustainable, they need to have some form of governance that actually means something, that they're not actually just passing it through the creator of the collection, the central authority. A DAO is supposed to live on, supposed to be able to be utilized forever. So that's why we're using this whole aspect here to, you know, not only give people control over the remaining funds from the sale, but, you know, all these secondary fees will go to the DAO too, and the DAO will be able to plan the location for in-person events together, and whatever money we don't use in the secondary fees, you know, all this money gets generated and goes back to the community and the DAO forever. You guys, as our NFT holders, will be profiting off of Solon's secondary 2.5% fee for the rest of time. And to me, that's how DAOs should be structured. You know, it's supposed to be something that supports the community. It's a tool for decentralization. It should be something that benefits all and not just benefits the creators of a collection.
That is so awesome. Like what I say to people, mostly when they are newbies, I just say new people to the space. I like to say, like, I like to put it like this: like the future starts with the D of decentralization. So you just start like DAO, dApps, and DeFi is the first thing that you have to learn about. Probably because if you don't know about blockchain, you can start with that. So also everybody use an app. Everybody knows what is a real organization. So you just have to put the decentralization and new ways of voting, new ways of organization, new ways, yeah, and that stuff. That's why I like to put it that way.
Yeah, I think that's
Hi, Morgan. Hey, Wealth. What's up?
good, guys. I've just been listening in. I think you guys are pretty bang on with the DAOs and
I mean, a lot of this isn't
NFT
really
work.
mentioned in. Thank you. But a lot of things aren't really mentioned in obviously our initial documentation for like the structure of the NFT sale and things like that. Obviously, we put, you know, the NFT sale was created to raise funds for this and that. But I mean, any additional funds, we don't need them. You know, we want to stay decentralized. And that's why we're going to create the DAO for our NFT users. And the contract will be held by you guys. So you guys will get to decide everything from there on out, you know, for the rest of time. In theory, You can pass these NFTs on to your kids. But the way it'll work is we'll take the money that the fund has raised for the audit and we'll put it towards the audit. And then everything else is kind of up to you guys. All the funds we generate from there on out, how do we use them? You can decide, hey, for example, we proposed that we should construct this metaverse space because we thought personally it'd be cool. Now, the DAO can vote whether or not to do that. The DAO can vote, hey, we should contribute this amount of ETH to construct this metaverse space for Solon, or they could not. It's completely up to you guys. And it's the same thing for in-person events. 1 year, you guys could vote, hey, let's not have an in-person event. We don't need to spend this money. Another year, you guys could vote, hey, let's rent out a boat on the harbor and I'll do this for an in-person event. It's completely up to you guys. You guys will have control of all the funds.
Max, I got a quick question for you. It's on the DAO and how a DAO works. How do you keep people engaged, I guess, so that people are actually voting in the DAO and it's not it's not just being not controlled, but only a small percentage is voting? Because I think because it's so new and the concept is so new, going back to the education side, you really have to educate people on what the DAO is, not right here, right now, but I guess as part of Solon, so people feel empowered to participate in the DAO. I'm not sure that you follow that, but that's what I see as a big
that's
weakness.
A great point. You're right. You're 100% right. And that's the reason Ben and I have discussed like participation thresholds and things like that. And for the cryptocurrency DAO, for the DAO that will control the Solon protocol, I think we're only going to make it 3%. 3% of people are required to participate in order for a vote, because the problem is there really isn't a lot of participation in these governance systems. So what we're trying to do here with the Discord, for example, is we created this Discord to really get the community more involved and more engaged with you guys. So we're going to start every voting process through the Discord, and then it'll move to the on-chain side. We'll create instructional videos and everything, but we want to get those participation numbers up as high as possible because we want everyone to have their say in every proposal. And we'll do everything we can to make sure everyone's well aware of it. We'll push announcements in the Discord. We'll have voting structures in the Discord, and then we'll take everything to the on-chain side.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think one probably big way that is going to keep people engaged is money. Once they see how they can, earn a passive income or a more active one through Solon, that's what talks, right?
Yeah, once it gets to the point where people are like, hey, I could potentially make a living off the Solon ecosystem. It'll start by maybe eventually like, hey, I make $100 a month or whatever it is just by voting in this Solon ecosystem. And then, eventually we wanted to get to the point where people can make livings by contributing to voting in the Solon ecosystem, because obviously they have a direct value proposition. Those NFTs they own and that cryptocurrency they own are going to be worth X amount of money, where, they're going to be like, hey, obviously we want to say over all the funds that the protocol has raised through their protocol fees, or all the money that the NFT sale has made in secondary fees, blah, 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 you name it. But there's always going to be, that's why I'm very keen on the whole, all the secondary fees and all these other things are going to go straight to the DAO, because I agree with you, John, that direct value proposition, that money-based incentive will get people out there to vote, because, they can decide, hey, this month I say we use the money to build decentralized metaverse space. Next month, let's all pocket 10% of it or 20% of it or 30% of it, whatever you guys want to do. You can make all these decisions whenever you want. You can make decisions on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, whatever you guys want to do. But that's why we really thought, the money, the DAO controlling the money was a really important thing here.
I know that for those of you that are in the Discord regularly, I know that you see people popping in, asking about the NFT sales, and we can beat this to death, but this is not an NFT project. The NFT is just kind of the entry to this DeFi project. So if those of us that have done the reading and been in these spaces and in these conversations, we understand that. one of the cool thing, or we'll see how it plays out, but like the fact that we haven't sold it all, and that potentially we're going to roll it back into the DAO. This gives us another a future revenue stream. Let's say some sort of we want to do some sort of big project where we need funds for whether it's brain power, manpower, woman power to get something done for the protocol, for the platform. We can issue another NFT sale, and we can charge a premium, because there's at that point by the time we get there, there's going to be probably some use case already. People will see what's already been built, and they'll see it. Right now it's kind of hard because like we're basically just we believe in the team and we believe in the dream, but like you don't see it yet. So that's what I think is kind of a block for a lot of people. And with other, or maybe all other NFT projects, you have the founders that are basically dictating to everyone the direction of the project, when the roadmap drops, so everybody can react. And it's not really an active participation thing. You're kind of just buying and selling based on your roadmap and trying to make a profit or whatever. And so I think most people are in the NFT space, at least, they're just not used to, basically needing to take part, be part of the project. So, that's something just to keep in mind.
John, you're right. What we're doing here is we're kind of turning everything on its head. All the structures people have known up to this day, where you guys got to keep in mind, like, you guys are like shareholders and Ben and I are like your employees. We're here for you guys. This isn't some project where, we're in control of everything and you guys just have to sit along for the ride. No, you guys get to decide everything. Ben and I will make proposals. We'll say, hey, we think we should launch this update, or we think we should use these funds for this or this and that. And we think we should add this to the ecosystem, and you guys can vote on it. You guys will get to approve everything, all the use of funds, everything. You guys are like our board. You guys are like our shareholders. And it's a format of shareholding where your vote actually matters and means something. It's not like you own a stock in Apple and you never get to vote on anything. You guys all have direct voting power, and you guys get to control part of the future of this protocol. Ben and I, of course, we're going to take this the entire way. We're going to develop the entire thing, and we're going to release the fully completed and develop protocol, but you guys will have control of the funds. You guys will get to decide, hey, I think we should use this for this, or I think we should use this for that. You'll get to control the direction. And I think that's a really important aspect here that a lot of projects are missing. And I think this is going to be the future of how projects are run from here out, where the community doesn't only have a say in just suggesting something in the Discord. No, you guys get to decide everything.
Go ahead, Boxy.
What's up, guys? You hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you.
All good, bro.
How's it going?
Hey, I just want to touch on what John said about this being much more than an NFT project, and maybe you want to shed some light onto what is directly tied to the NFT itself, and then the distribution, because that's come up a lot in Discord as well for the future here, as far as token.
Sounds good to me, Bugsy.
So you're the one that has all that information. You're gonna.
My bad. Hold up.
Answer.
Okay, so each NFT is going to come with a random percent of 5% of the supply of our cryptocurrency. So that's what we mean. The NFT will also, get you a share in, controlling part of the money generated from the NFT sale and the secondary fees associated with the NFTs. But this is really our way of onboarding our friends, family, and early believers at a price where we're essentially evaluating the total supply of our cryptocurrency, its total market cap, the total value of our protocol at $8 million right now with this NFT
Hey guys,
sale.
what's up?
And
Crypto
for us,
Jesus, that is awesome.
going?
Thank you for letting me join your space again, man. And thanks for joining mine. I appreciate it, bro. That is so crazy.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait, so you're saying you've sold 8 million worth already?
No, we're evaluating. So we're selling 5% of the supply of our cryptocurrency. So what we're doing right now is each one of these NFTs will come with a random percent of 5%. There's about, I think it's 5 or 6 tiers, but I'll read them out to you guys in 1 second if someone else wants to come out up and speak.
Hey, crypto, CJ, could you just really quick, what is the total supply of the cryptocurrency?
It's 100 million tokens. So there will never be more than 100 million Solon tokens.
So the people that own the NFTs are going to get 5% of 100 million tokens.
Correct. That is correct.
Bro, that's so
Why?
cool.
Why 100 million?
We just like the number, to be honest with you. It doesn't really
Bro, are
matter.
you dropping out of school? Come on, you have to.
Maybe. Okay. I mean, honestly, I'll probably be out of school for at least a year, and I don't know. I got to deal with my parents. I've told them that I wanted to, and they're not
No,
very happy about it. To be
honestly
honest
though,
with
bro,
you.
you could pay for it now to go back. I don't know if they were or you were to begin with, but like you might as well take advantage of the opportunity at this point. And then if you decide that you need to go back or whatever, then you always can.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be out for at least a year, to be honest with you. Okay, so here's the distribution. 66.7% of the NFTs will receive 1,500 tokens. That's the bottom. 22.23% will receive 3,000. 7.41% will receive 4,500. 2.47% will receive 6,000. 0.82% will receive 7,500. 0.27% will receive 9,000, and 0.09% will receive 10,500 tokens. So the lowest tier here is 1,500 tokens. The top is 10,500. So essentially, when our cryptocurrency launches, if the total market cap value is at, I think it's like 14 million or something that small. If the total market cap of our cryptocurrency is $14 million, then the NFT that comes with the least amount of cryptocurrency pays for itself, the 1,500 coins.
Can I just add something to what you just said there? So just to specify for anyone that heard you before, you said 5%, right? That is 5% distributed, not 5% to each individual person. Because I could see
Correct.
that being something that's going to come back here.
Yeah, thank you,
no
Bugsy.
problem.
I appreciate the clarification. But yeah, we're essentially we're giving out 5 million of our 100 million tokens between all of our NFT holders.
So are you letting people so what do you mean by like having people rent NFTs? Like what do you mean by that?
So let's say you have a VFriend and your VFriend is access to VCon. Instead of selling your VFriend because you're not going to be able to attend VCon, you could rent it out for someone for X amount of ETH, how much they're willing to pay for it, let's say 5 ETH. And then they get to go to VCon instead of having to buy a whole VFriend for 16 ETH or whatever the floor is right now.
That sounds really cool. I don't fully understand it yet, but that sounds really cool, and I'm excited to in the future. Dude, I love what you're doing,
Thank
honestly.
you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I
I have
appreciate
like
it.
another example could be if you have already a friend or family that you want to get into crypto, you can probably just say to them, for example, that this NFT have this cost, and you just have to share. You can share with them, but probably with this platform you can do it like in a formal way. That is, there is no other platform where you can do that yet. So that is some innovation in from the CJ side, on the project.
CJ, also, man, I appreciate you joining my space and helping me out. Also, thank you.
Of course, man. Anytime. You can always send me a message.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
But yeah, so to be honest with you guys, the NFT sale will probably be closed in about 2 weeks' time. If I had to put a date on it, we'll put it out an official announcement soon, but we'll probably close it up in 2 weeks' time, and then we'll just purchase all the remaining NFTs, send it to the DAO, and you guys will have say over the trajectory of those NFTs. You can use them to cash out the cryptocurrency that comes with it and send it to everyone. You can sell them for ETH at a premium and send that to everyone. You guys can really do whatever you want here. And then obviously you'll have the secondary sales fee in addition for an income for the DAO, the 2.5%. So that's really the core of what's going on here in the moment. And if anyone has any questions, I'd love to hear them, or if they just want to talk about the space in
Man,
general.
one more. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. I was just wondering. So, do you make the AI generated art?
So what happened is actually we, Jeremy and Tempo, who are the creators behind Deadheads, their original collection was this collection called AI Art House, and I sent them an email when they first started the collection. I'm like, hey, I think you guys should add these traits. I think you should get into Discord, blah blah blah. And then I got to know them. I think I'm the number one or number two collector of the AI Art House collection, but I bought two AIs in auction from one of their NFT sales, and they gave me all commercial rights associated with them. And basically, what happens is these AIs, they create still images like a PNG, just a regular image. And Ben created a program to essentially have it create multiple images to create that liquid flow and have it loop back into itself. So Ben took the AI and made it into all these liquid MP4s that you see on the website.
That's sick. That's amazing.
That is so cool. Holy shit. Hey, man, I gotta go. Thank you so much for having me, man. And congratulations, CJ, and I'll see you soon, okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up. Does anyone else want to come up on the stage? Please come up anytime. If you have any questions about Solon or about the space in general, we're here for all of it.
Yeah, just if you're new to hearing about Solon, hearing about what we're doing, can you just throw up 100 real quick? I would love to see how many people this is the first time that they've heard any of this. Or do we have? So there's one. I see you, Brittany James. Hi, thank you for letting us know. You are more than welcome to come up and kind of like ask your questions. James, I see you. I'm adding you now, brother. If you have no clue as to what is going on here, you are totally welcome to come up and kind of slow this down and ask some clarifying questions, because I guarantee you somebody else in this room has questions as well, and it would be helpful to at least one other person.
Is it an NFT project or what is it?
So we're not an NFTs are really just like a bonus here. We're actually a cryptocurrency. We're a new automated market maker. So we're basically UniSwap combined with Balancer, and we're also a decentralized NFT marketplace, like a decentralized version of OpenSea, with rentable and fractional NFTs. Is the quick sum of it. And we also have a hardware product that we're releasing to give people all over the world basically equal access to the space and to lower the level of educational requirements to get involved in the space. We want to make it so people can purchase NFTs in cryptocurrency with the tap of a button and with the press of a button and the tap of a card. And that's the whole goal here. So the NFTs are kind of like our friends and family and early adopters onboarding process. We're going to close it out within the next 2 weeks. We're going to essentially stop the sale. And what we're doing right now is it's our way of getting our early adopters, friends, and family into the sale at what we think is a low price, and also raising the funds we need to in a decentralized manner to pay for the audit of our smart contracts. So we raised the funds we need. So now we're like, hey, we feel like we have a good, solid community, and we're going to close the NFT sale out soon.
Okay, how new are you guys? How many holders? How much TVL?
So we have, I think it's about 360 holders right now. The NFT supply is only 2,186. We're about halfway minted. And what we're doing here is we're taking the money we need for the audit. We're sending that to our auditor, and all remaining funds are going to be controlled by the DAO. We're setting up a decentralized autonomous organization, which will be out in probably about a week for our holders, and they make all the money, the 2.5% in the secondary sales, and they get to decide what they want to do with all these funds. What we had planned is to have things like in-person events, decentralized metaverse space, all these things, and we'll propose it to the community with time as we essentially rack up these funds, and the community will decide how to spend them. They could use the remaining funds and the 2.5% secondary sales for whatever they want. They could pay themselves out. They could use it to fund educational materials in the space. They could use it for our in-person events. They could use it for...
Hey, CJ, you just cut out there.
Sorry. What was the last thing you heard?
Just like 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. But anyway, that basically
We just lost you again.
NFTs will get to use the funds for whatever. Sorry.
Go ahead.
They'll get to use it for whatever they decide to use.
And James,
And where can you guys be picked up? Not the NFT. Where can your token be bought?
Oh, so see, that's the whole thing. So we're not released. I hate cryptocurrencies that release their cryptocurrency before releasing a fully completed product. So we're releasing the cryptocurrency with the completed protocol. And that's why we're raising the funds for our audit right now, because we want a top tier auditor. We're looking at one that did audits for Coinbase, Balancer, Bank, or SushiSwap, to come in and say, hey, not only does our code do what we say it does, so people outside of our community know we're not full of shit, but it's secure, so you don't have to worry about losing any money when interacting with our protocol. So as soon as our audit's completed, then the cryptocurrency and the fully completed protocol will be out. Everything I mentioned to you, our automated market maker, our decentralized NFT marketplace, all these things will be completed and released.
Do you have a scheduled date?
It's going to be completely dependent on our auditor. They've told us it'll be about 6 months.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. So you guys are brand new then.
Yeah, we've been working on development since February, but we needed to raise all the money for an audit is going to be at least $100,000. So for us, we did this sale so we could raise all the money we needed for the audit, but also not take any funds from like venture capital or groups like that, because we want to keep our project and our protocol decentralized and in the hands of our community.
Cool. Thanks for your time.
Hey, just to add to that, CJ.
What's up?
James and anyone else listening. This project, since it started, was not hyped at all. There's nothing that's been out there pushing for anyone to come buy NFTs, do this, do that. There's been absolutely no hype surrounding this. So the NFTs being such a small part of this project, it was only to raise funds mostly towards the audit itself. So that's why you look and see, they might not have a lot of followers or a lot going on there. It's because it was a chance to get organic followers of the project that will bring, a lot to it, and not just the flippers or the scammers or anything else. Once you start to hype it, then you bring in all the riffraff and all the people below the scum line that you don't necessarily want associated.
We started with the NFT space because we love the vibes in the NFT world. The crypto space can be a little darker. People are a little ruder. People here are like trying to have a good time, trying to make sure people are learning, trying to include everyone. We love the vibes here, and we really just wanted to build a great community. But not only that, we wanted to build a community that was going to be actively invested in the outcome of the protocol. So they would be actively voting on the future of the protocol, on our proposals that we created, and all these other things. Like, everyone on the team is fully doxxed. My name is Maxwell Lyman. Bugsy and I live like 15 minutes away from each other in Connecticut. We're very open. We're very public, and what we're really trying to do here is just build a very solid foundational community for the future of the protocol.
Yeah, just for those of you who don't know, Max, CJ, I came into the space in May with Gary V and V Friends, and CJ was one of the first people I ran into in the space on other projects. I was part of the AI Art House, and then I've been part of Deadheads, which he's also a part of. And so I've seen him operate in the space, and when I heard him pitch Solon, I was like, yeah, dude, definitely. So I just want people to know that like they are actual people. Like he said, he's fully doxxed on the website. You can find his actual name, and you can find out more about the project on the website as well.
Well, should we open up this space to the general industry? What do you think, John?
Yeah, man. If anybody has any questions, come on up. I see a few of you had tried to come up. Maybe Twitter is rugging you. Sorry about that. Try logging out and coming back to join us if you've been getting rugged from speaking. Yeah, I mean, we can just open it up to the space in general.
Hofstra, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I got a question. How much does an audit? I'm on your guys' website right now and just going through it, but how much does an actual audit US dollars cost to do?
Between $100,000 and $200,000 for a top tier auditor. We're basically paying for the best auditor, one of the best auditors in the world, and we're paying this premium because it's not worth them making a mistake because it can cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right. Okay. So I might have missed the first part. So I kind of understand what this says, but like, I guess what is the competitive advantage between you guys and another group?
Yeah, so we're going to be the first NFT marketplace with rentable and fractional NFTs. We also have the 0% fee in our marketplace. And where we make money is through the decentralized exchange side. Everything, the whole ecosystem kind of feeds into itself. And the way it works is these fractional NFTs are actually represented by cryptocurrencies. So every time someone trades a fractional NFT in our marketplace, a fee is taken on the automated market maker side. And every time someone, converts any asset to Ethereum or to wrapped Ethereum, like they normally would through UniSwap, and where UniSwap would make the fees, we make the fees because it's through our decentralized exchange. And then back to our decentralized exchange side, definitely read the Medium, our most recent Medium. But basically, we have created the first automated market maker with the ability to have zero impermanent loss, which is the only risk in providing liquidity. So it allows for structures like a hedge fund type structure in which you can not only make money off the underlying assets, but you can also profit from an additional small annual percent return in trading fees. And we've also set our ecosystem up so people don't need to know anything about liquidity pool management or NFTs or cryptocurrency, and they can invest with the best. So these people who would use our ecosystem normally, because we have the most versatile automated market maker, can come in and do their normal things. Like, let's say you're the best cryptocurrency investor in the world or one of them. You just select all your cryptocurrencies, you create a pool in our ecosystem, and essentially anyone can deposit money into that pool, and it gets automatically converted into the assets they're investing in. And what's in it for them is it doesn't take them any extra time, and they get they make an additional they make a percent of user profit, which the user has to agree to when they enter the pool.
So on Fractionalized, the other platform, they have like a certain limit or only certain things that you can fractionalize. I think it has to be significant enough to be able to create that sort of system.
Yep.
When you're talking about like a guy that's a big trader, and let's say I wanted to, have a fractional piece of his whatever, is there a time limit that you guys dedicate? And also, is that tied to a percentage rate? So if I say, look, I'll keep it in here for 6 months, do I get better return than?
No. So it's all liquid. You can enter and exit anytime you wish, and anything can be fractional. So that automated market maker side of things, definitely read our Medium article, because you can invest in fractional NFTs, but that position in the liquidity pool is not a fractional position. You're not buying essentially a fractional position that correlates to their position. It's what's known as a liquidity pool, which is essentially just you're loaning out money to a decentralized exchange, so they have cryptocurrency they can trade with. But definitely give our article a read.
Where is that article? I'm on your website. Is it linked here?
Yeah, there should be a docs button at the top.
Oh, okay.
And then that'll take you to our Medium page. Read the most recent article.
Were you guys on another show a few days ago or like last week talking about this?
Potentially. We've been in Twitter Spaces a few times.
I think it was in the morning, and I was listening, and I understand the concept. So I was actually thinking about minting. So I have 2 NFT NYC tickets, and they're all sold out. So I was thinking about minting an NFT and then fractionalizing it. So let's say someone came and wanted to go see Gary Vee talk, and I wanted to go look at art. I could just sell it to them for like an hour. So it'd be like $100, you guys can have it for an hour and give it back. Could you guys do that right now, or is that something 6 months from now that's going to happen?
So we have to wait till our protocol is audited. It's a security thing. We want to make sure there's no way anyone can lose any of their money when interacting with our protocol. And basically, in that case scenario, what you'd want to be doing is you'd want to be renting it out for an hour period or something like that, because if you fractionalize it, it has no utility.
So then how does that work though? Like when you create the contract, I guess, does it put a time limit on it that it just disappears out of your wallet after the hour's done?
Yeah, basically, you're essentially renting out the utility aspect, and the utility is no longer associated with your wallet address after the rental period is over.
And then it just pops back in and then you own it again?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it can work with any ERC 721, so it can work with any NFT.
Okay, so the name Solon, nothing to do with Solano?
No, so Solon is actually the name of the founder of democracy in Athens. At the time, Athens was undergoing a terrible debt crisis, and people were selling themselves into slavery because they couldn't work enough in their entire lifetimes to feed their families. So Solon actually used his personal wealth to annul all the debts of every Athenian and free all the slaves, including returning the slaves sent abroad from Athens. And then he founded the first democracy. And our whole ecosystem and product is about enabling people and giving them the tools to really have equal access to financial materials in the cryptocurrency space and the ability to manage their own wealth.
Cool. So if I wanted to buy some of your coin, when is it available to buy?
It'll be available in about 6 months.
Okay. And then you just go on your website and connect your wallet and just say how much you want?
No, you can do it through our decentralized exchange or through UniSwap or through SushiSwap, any exchange. But what we're undergoing right now is we're doing an NFT sale, and each one of the NFTs will come with a certain amount of our cryptocurrency.
And where do you buy the NFT on your website?
Yep. If you go to the NFTs tab, and if you connect your wallet, the mint button will show up.
And okay, what is it, 0.05 or 0.07?
It's 0.06.
Can I just add something here for anyone new listening?
Of course. What's up, Bugsy?
There's been known issues with the iPhone 13 and iOS 15 trying to go through the MetaMask browser and minting through the Solon site. So I just recommend anyone do it off a desktop if possible, or a laptop. Just want to throw that out there.
If you absolutely have to do it on the mobile, Trust Wallet is known to interact better with the smart contracts.
Cool. So when you guys started this, were you already in crypto, or were you getting into NFTs or had interest in crypto and then were like, whoa, we should do this? And then that's how it all started? Like, how did you guys come up with this idea?
I've been working in the crypto space since 2016. And I got into NFTs really this year. I mean, I had heard of NFTs. I had owned one NFT, but I didn't really get involved in the space or involved with the culture until this year. And then I was like, you know what? I fucking love this. This shit is addicting. And I was like, I want my community to be initially comprised of people from the NFT industry and my friends and family, because I love the culture in the NFT industry. So I came as a person of more technical person for the crypto space, someone who really understood the potential utility behind NFTs. And I wanted to create the first project with real utility for ERC 721s.
No, that's cool. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems like a lot. I guess if you already understand it, to put everything together, probably not as difficult. But I was just thinking in my head, like, shit, if I wanted to create something like this, I don't even know where I'd start. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot you got going on here.
I used to do some development work. I did some work for digital reserve currencies. I came in as a person who would help cryptocurrencies come up with ways to give the cryptocurrency itself direct value, whether it's adding protocol fees in certain locations or expanding new aspects of their ecosystems. So I did that for a little bit in 2020 into 2021. And then Ben and I got together. We actually worked at a military contractor together, developing X-ray technology. And I met Ben. We started talking. He got really involved in crypto. He loved white papers. Ben is addicted to coding. So it was the perfect partnership. And then we started brainstorming a few things, and we came up with the initial idea for Solon in about February, and we've been working on it ever since.
And what are you guys? What software are you guys built on?
So Ben can comment on that, but I mean, everything's centered around Solidity and backend development for as to what we have so far. I mean, we have some JavaScript and things like that, but just about everything's Solidity and smart contract based.
Excuse me, guys. Just real quick. I just want to everybody, if there are like new listeners or anything, I just want to invite you to the Discord channel, the Discord server. Also, the guys CJ and John, even myself. You can find everyone of each of us there. Also, if you will have more questions after this, you can share with us there. Also, we are open to like discuss some more ideas, further ideas, anything the space related. Also, anything if you want to share with us, we are there as well.
Thank you, Dante. So Ben just came up on stage. Hofstra, if you want to ask him anything on the technical side. Did you go to Hofstra, by the way?
No, I needed a name, right? Like my name's
Yeah.
John, and my last name's Lahoff, and so I don't know. I just like Hofstra, and I actually called myself Johann Hofstra, so I just shortened it. So I just came up with it one day. It's not like there's no meaning behind it. Everyone asked me that.
I like it.
Hey, one other question before Dan comes on. So, like, I'm looking at this NFT right now. If I buy this, what do I get? I know I own the NFT, but you were saying that there's something else you get. You get tokens or something?
Yep. So 5% of the total supply of our cryptocurrency is going to be distributed amongst these NFTs. When our audit is completed, there'll essentially be a button on our website that you can just click, and the amount of cryptocurrency associated with your NFT will just pop into your wallet address. It'll also give you access to all of our in-person events, access to voting in our DAO, which the DAO is going to control all the money earned from the 2.5% secondary fee, and all the money left over from the mint after our initial costs and the audit costs. And yeah, so you'll essentially have control over all the money generated from the NFT sale from here on out. This is 2.5% fee, and you'll get a bit of our cryptocurrency, and then you'll have access to the in-person events. And we're going to have an in-person Bool house for all of our NFT members for the metaverse. So it'll be like a metaverse club you have access to. And then also we're going to have a privately managed liquidity pool that you can only put money into if you own one of our NFTs. So essentially it's going to be like a cryptocurrency fund controlled by the team's top researchers that you can only enter if you own one of the Solon NFTs.
Cool.
And everyone, I penned the direct link to the Solon DeFi Discord at the top of the space. If you scroll up slightly, you should be able to click into that tweet and then click right into the invite. And Ben, you're welcome to come up and comment on the question that was posed earlier.
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Oh, I was just asking what you guys, what software program you were built on. He said Solidity. I don't know much more from there.
Right, so all the contracts are written in Solidity with a framework called Truffle. And then the front end is all React, and we're using a framework called Next.js. So that's all JavaScript and HTML.
Thank you, Ben.
No problem.
You guys,
the art's kind of cool, man. It's like keeps changing.
Yeah, it's all generative AI based. So the artificial intelligence learned based off of Vincent van Gogh, Pablo Picasso, and Claude Monet, and continues to paint as if they were still alive. And Ben created a program that takes still images that it created, like PNGs, and then finds like characters within each one and loops it into like a liquid painting that returns into itself.
Whoa, CJ, I think that I didn't know about that. Oh my God.
So just to add on everything that was talked about, the project itself takes a lot of what's out in the industry now. You'll see a lot of it, whether it be UniSwap, where you can exchange currencies, or minting NFTs. There's so much going on with this project. It brings everything together. Everything that you see going on elsewhere, somebody's kind of focusing on one thing. this project alone brings it all together, and it's going to allow ease of access to anyone that can't get into the crypto space or has a hard time understanding the technical side of it. So what these guys are creating is something that's going to bring so much traffic much easier to the industry.
Thank you, Bugsy. So we like, as funny as it sounds, we like to describe ourselves as a decentralized monopoly. But basically, we're just trying to like incorporate all decentralized ecosystems into the same place. So bringing all sorts of utility that you would need in the NFT industry and in the cryptocurrency industry, and for managing your own finances and for hiring people and all these other things into the same place.
Snow, we've seen you join a few times. If you can come on up, and if you have a question or a comment, you're welcome.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
I'm
we can
actually
hear you.
going to step down, guys. I want to thank you for having me up. Just added 2 more NFTs to my collection there. But yeah, it was nice talking to you guys again. I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Thank you, Will. Have a good one. Thanks for coming up, man.
Yeah. Hi, I have a question. So you've been talking about like making this decentralized, like up to the community and incorporating them in the decision-making process. And yeah, I really appreciate that. But I also want to say that I have the feeling that most of the buyers of the NFT are not quite DeFi experts, I would say. So, I mean, to me personally, the success of the project is more important than my participation. So I just want to encourage, if you have technical things to decide, like you should go, all ahead too, like just to balance that out. And even marketing stuff, like a lot of times it's good to have like experts involved to.
Yeah. So we're setting things up. So the voters, the DAO is going to essentially vote on where the money goes. So Ben and I will release all the code and everything. Ben will code everything. We're going to release the fully completed protocol. The project will come out no matter what. But essentially, the DAO gets to decide, hey, should we use funds for this? Ben and I will make plenty of proposals and say, hey, DAO, obviously, Ben and I will control a more than significant portion of the DAO too. But we'll say, hey, guys, we think we should use this money for this. And then as a community, everyone could say, we agree with you, or we think this money would be better used for this. And that's what's going on here. And that's why we're bringing the whole off-chain aspect of voting in too, because we're allowing people to vote through things like Discord and then carry that vote into the on-chain aspect.
Right. No, that sounds super reasonable. I just wanted to stress that part as well. Right.
Totally.
But yeah. Thanks a lot.
We thank you, and thanks for coming up into the conversation. We've actually already held one vote on a proposal, and that was for some educational video materials. And the way it worked was CJ basically said, here's the person I'm going to use. Should we use them? Yes or no? And we voted whether or not we should use it. It's somebody that he has experience with already in the past. So we were comfortable with that. So we voted yes, let's do this video. And so we can educate people on like how Solon's going to work and how it's currently working.
Thank you, John. Anyone else have any questions or want to come up on stage?
So while we're waiting for someone else to come up, I just want to add that even though the NFTs haven't revealed yet, they're going to shortly. And then there's going to be a wait while the audit happens for the token and the platform, everything else to be released. But there is other things that are going to be coming down the line to keep engagement in Discord and, bringing new people into the space as well. So it's not going to just be a dead Discord while we're waiting for the token and everything that Ben's working on the back end. Like there's a lot going on into this, and there is plans to make the space for all of us much more exciting as we wait for that audit to be completed. So just to give everyone that.
Thank you,
CJ, just also, if you want to say, I don't know how many have been minted so far.
Let me check. I have it right here on my phone. It is 973, and we're selling, I believe it's 2,000. 38. We're selling 2,038. 150 is being reserved by the team, and we're essentially using those for groups of individuals that weren't able to mint, and obviously it's going to be very, very specific people, and we're also going to use that for people we onboard to the team. Anyone we onboard to the team, we're going to give them a team originally owned NFT, and then Ben and I are going to control. I think we're each going to take 25 of the NFTs, because, well, obviously we love the art, we love the NFTs, and also to us, we see this as potentially the cheapest way to ever purchase the cryptocurrency, even for us with our discounted team buying round of the cryptocurrency. So we'd each like 25 of the NFTs.
Awesome. Yeah. Also, like, just a point that John was talking about this. That people don't even know, most of the people, when you are seeing into the Discord servers, most of the people don't even know how to connect the wallet to get the role. Don't even know what is the role inside of the Discord server. I'm guessing that there is a lot of people who are NFT holders that don't even are having some of the benefits from their projects because they aren't even into the Discord servers. Those communities don't even get that good communication between their members, just to say to another, bro, are you into this? Have you get your role or something? And even you can see, because that is something that anyone can see in a Discord server, when someone has a color in your nickname, other hasn't. So just something that is probably something that is missing in a lot of Discord servers also.
Yeah, we're really excited too, because as of late, I think it's about 36 or 40% of our holders are first-time NFT holders, which means obviously, we've had a lot of people come from Twitter Spaces and go to tell like their friends and family and people they care about and things like that. Like, hey, you should get one of these NFTs as your first NFTs. We've gotten a lot of comments back like, it's great that you guys are docs. It's great that you guys are so transparent about all this, but like, it's really cool for us to see, and it feels really rewarding to know how large of a percent of our NFT holders are first time NFT holders. Because to us, that already means like so much. People are already have so much belief in the future of this protocol. They realize all the potential the protocol has. As soon as we complete this protocol, I mean, our crappiest competitor will probably be like Balancer. you know. So it's really good to see. It's great to see as like a measure of confidence in the protocol, and we love to see all these new NFT holders having Solon as their first NFT project.
That is awesome, and that is something that I want to also say here. Like, if you have your friends, anything, you can like just share Solon with them. I think that all the project is most of the project is about education. Real shout out to my friend. I see my friend Doba right there. Doba just said he's an artist from my country, a real good one. He just but he's here, so I just want to doing some shout out. But yeah, anyone there?
Yeah, welcome, Doba. I just was looking at your profile. It's pretty cool, man. I gave you a follow and a retweet. I'm always looking to follow more artists and be exposed to more stuff. See, you're doing mostly photography, at least on your OpenSea. But thank you for joining us.
Yes, that is from my country, John. That is those photos, those photoshops mostly are from my country, or from even my city. That's Caracas.
Oh, okay. So you're Colombian.
No, that's Venezuela, bro.
Venezuela. Sorry.
Yeah. So that is like a real cultural, real cultural expression that is non-generative, of course, because it's pure art. So.
What's the access like to cryptocurrencies in Venezuela?
Bro, if you know, like right now they're having like a little phenomenon with this because it's a real like DeFi. For example, Binance is doing awesome stuff down there because like you people is having access to this to wealth like just with the crypto space. Also with Axie Infinity, this play to earn game that has been like a little bit mainstream these last months.
Yeah.
People down there is playing a lot. So if you, for example, just make this is the in Venezuela and in Philippines, the Axie Infinity has been like a little phenomenon because in those countries, as you don't have access to dollars literally, you have hyperinflation, for example, in my country. So if you make $400 a day, a month, or $300, $300 for something, that is a lot of money. So people is just starting to live with that, and you don't have, for example, in my country, you don't have like a formal institutions to work with. You don't have financial institutions. You don't have financial security. You don't have even banks to work with. I mean, there are some, but you don't have access to loans, for example, because the money doesn't have any value. So these are a new ways to people make money in those countries and get away from the system that is really oppressive. So that's why also I'm here, and that's why I'm supporting so much all the decentralization, because I really believe in that. I really believe in all that Solon is doing with this, because I know what he's trying to do. So yeah.
I love to hear that, Dante. It's so cool to see like DeFi actually changing large groups of people's lives. You know, in places like Venezuela, Nigeria, the Philippines, Zimbabwe. You know, all these countries that experience hyperinflation or who are very corrupt or like don't have easy access to finance. It's really cool to see DeFi start to take somewhat of a route where people are like, hey, you know, I can just stick with this internet money, and no matter what, it's not only going to preserve the value of my wealth, but I'm going to make a lot more money just interacting with DeFi and DeFi protocols and these decentralized play to earn games and things like that than I could even working in my home country, a full time job.
Well,
Sounds like
for sure right now. Sorry, Jans. For sure, in my country right now, it is a full-time job. Some of those.
sounds like you're gonna have to get a prototype of the hardware product to Dante, man.
Oh, Dante, I'll send you one if you want one.
Oh, bro, for sure.
All right, sweet.
I'm really trying to like. I really try to do some impact down there if I can, like, or at least in my inner circle, you know,
Yeah.
because it's fucked up. Like the all the distortion, the economic distortion. Like people doesn't know how money works, even so it's crazy.
Honestly, you would be a great person to test out the hardware product because you're located in Venezuela.
I'm
So
not sorry. I'm not located right now there. I'm in Florida right now, but
okay.
yeah, I just got here like 2 months ago. I still have people. I have a lot of people there.
Yep.
And even right now, I'm trying to. I have to get out from the U.S. because visa related stuff. So I just have to move from here. I'm probably going to Argentina. That down there is another country which DeFi's are working a lot of because they have exchange control exchange and the government. You don't have direct access to dollars, so they just have to go through some institution. So DeFi's are also Axis, also the play to earns are working down there. I'm probably going down there so for a couple of months also.
That's really cool. I'm glad to hear all that.
Welcome to the top, Basil. If you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to chime in. Ben, I'm sorry, Max,
Yeah.
CJ, could you just
Sure.
really quick kind of give a use case scenario for the hardware product and just like roughly explain what it is?
Yeah, so the hardware product it's just it at its basic level. When you think of hardware in the decentralized cryptocurrency space, you think of like Ledger and Trezos, but what those really are just access to your wallet. We wanted to take that to a whole nother level to make you know, getting involved in DeFi and purchasing NFTs and all these things easier for the average person. So basically, we're creating a product, and you can check out the contract for it in our Discord or in our fact section. But basically, we're creating a product where people can scroll through our marketplace, our decentralized NFT marketplace, or through our decentralized exchange, select whatever they want to buy, whether it's an NFT or cryptocurrency, click OK, tap their card, and that's it. Then they own it. They don't have to do all the work of, going into their Coinbase, connecting into their bank account, sending money into your Coinbase to buy ETH, and then downloading MetaMask, copying the address, copying it over. You don't need to worry about what your wallet address is because it's built into the device. You don't have to worry about doing all this extra work or missing a letter or blah, 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 any of these things. It's just all the user sees is they select the item they want, they click OK, they tap their card, that's it.
That sounds really nice, man. Man, you're really crypto Jesus. Like every space I enter, everyone's talking about you. Who the hell are you, man? What the fuck?
Yo, that's crazy to hear. Honestly, that's very flattering. But thank you very much. I'm very big on there aren't a lot of educational resources in this space, and everything I've learned, I've had to get directly from the source. So, I'm a 21-year-old college student. I love to talk to people. I love to
You're
make
21?
Yeah. I'm fully doxxed. My name is Max Lemon, by the way. I go to school in Boston. I go to Northeastern, but I love to just get into spaces and talk to people and try to see, because a lot of times there's a solution that exists in the space for their problems, but people just don't know about it, or they don't know how to implement it, or things like that. So right now we're really working on, making things easier for people, trying to bring educational resources into space. And what Ben's great at is Ben handles all the development side right now. And we've been making DAOs for a few NFT groups for free in exchange for some promo of the project, or just getting a good connection, meeting the community, bringing some of their quality members over so we can have this good quality foundation for the beginning of our own project and protocol.
I have a question, CryptoGist. Do you work in smart contracts?
So Ben actually creates all the smart contracts, but I've worked in the space for a while.
Okay. So, wait, who is the host here? John Sims. Can I ask a question for crypto that's related to smart contracts and something related to minting?
100%. This conversation is wide ranging.
Okay, I don't want to be shilling in a bad way. No, I'm just not shilling because I'm really looking for a collaboration for a project, and I'm looking for someone who can help me create a website where we can mint our stuff. So is that okay if I ask here?
Yeah, you can always ask me any sort of question. I can always help you or point you in the right direction.
I mean, I'm asking John's. Can I ask here right now?
Yeah, man. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, I'm not sure if you heard about us. We're still new, but we kind of worked with with most of the societies in the NFTs. You can see our latest work that's pinned on my profile. I'm not gonna pin it here because it's already pinned on my profile. I don't want to ruin this space by pinning my stuff here. So the thing is, our work is 3D card derivatives of the NFTs by approvals of the owners, and they pay us commission, and then they take it and they sell it however they want. There's a woman who took bought two. She actually made us list them, and she bought them. She also paid the commission, but now she listed them for 20x the price. If you go to my OpenSea, open the breast cancer awareness collection, you will find those two works. So the thing is, my question is, we create those 3D cards. I'm looking, to create a website where you can enter your NFT, for example, whatever it is, and you just click it and you generate a 3D card by just clicking on that. And in order to do that, you need a smart contract, as far as I understood.
Yeah,
you need a website.
It is more than possible. Essentially, you're passing in one NFT that the user is going to keep. But what you're looking to do here is, it depends on how you want the image, because what you're really doing is you're just giving that wallet address another NFT. But it sounds like you want to give them the NFT that's your 3D floating card. So you have to. This is where it's not a smart contract. So the smart contract side is simple. You're essentially just saying, hey, if they have an NFT, this type of NFT in their contract, then we'll pass this and give them another NFT. But what you have to do on your side is you have to figure out how you're going to generate your own image for the NFT through that.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Because to be honest, we've been getting a lot of requests, and it's kind of getting overwhelming to do it individually, and we're looking for a smarter way to do it through a website. So in case you know anyone you can connect me with, or you and your friend want to collab, I'll be more than happy to do that, because as I told you, it's getting overwhelming. So yeah, that was my question.
So you can always send me a DM with any questions, but we're pretty busy on our own project and protocol right now.
I could imagine.
Yes.
You're popular,
So
guys.
we don't really have the time to essentially, create new contracts for other groups and people. But I mean, what I'm telling you is this is 100% more than possible. Most of the work, though, is not going to be Solidity. You're essentially just passing these variables in.
Yeah, there's a guy who offered me to do that, but I didn't like it. He offered me, but he wants 66%. And to be honest, that's too much, way too much. I can't accept that. Like, we almost have a brand, and he wants 66% already. He owns it then.
Yeah, so you're going to want to go to the general crypto space. Any Solidity and DeFi developers in the NFT world, they're quite expensive and a premium if they can do work to that level. Most Solidity devs in the NFT space, all they really know how to do is create like a minting contract, and they don't really get too much more complicated than that. So you're going to want to look for a Solidity dev in the general crypto space, not the NFT space.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the hint. Thank you, John, for the opportunity to ask my question. I'm gonna step down from the chair and listen to you guys to offer opportunities for the other people who want to talk. Thanks a lot, guys. It was super nice.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thank you.
Real quick, we have somebody that was in Discord that we steered to the spaces. Looks like DD. If you are here and you do have questions about your new NFT purchase, now's the time. Request to speak, please. Come up and ask your questions. It would be great to hear from you.
Also, welcome to Morgan. I just saw Morgan there.
Yeah, Morgan's been lurking.
So aside from everything else, anyone that knows anyone new or wants to get anyone new into, crypto or NFTs or any of this stuff, feel free to have them jump in the Discord or, send them our way to somebody on the team, and they'll be more than happy to answer questions and, steer them in the right direction and get them going in the space. So don't hesitate to send anyone to the Discord for information. There's a lot of brilliant people in there that will gladly answer questions.
Hey, Morgan.
CJ,
What's
hey
up,
guys.
Hi.
So the question that came through on Discord, and I think a lot of people have it and they're just afraid to ask, but the question that I just read on Discord was, can you explain Solon like you were talking to a complete newbie? They actually quoted 5-year-old. I think we can go above that, but just in real normal speak, give me like a 30-second elevator speech.
Yeah, so basically Solon will allow anyone anywhere to invest in cryptocurrency, NFTs, or to essentially have someone else manage your money for you that's a professional in the industry with the click of a button. The big thing here is we want to create an ecosystem where people don't need to know about NFTs in order to invest in them or about cryptocurrencies in order to invest in them. And that's really the big thing here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, I just told to Didi you have to do it. But if you want to talk, you have to do it on the cell phone. Also, I want to throw like an idea. This CJ, like, what about we could have like a channel just to have a glossary. I don't know, in English probably that's the word, where you have like a list of words that people can check if they don't know any concept. You can just check a list of words there.
Yeah, Dante, that's a great point. So in our facts section right now in the Discord, we have a bunch of like useful links. So we have one for like, what is decentralization? What is DeFi? What is a decentralized exchange? What is an automated market maker? All these things to try to help people and give them some of the resources. But I definitely want to make some videos to make it easier for people. A video explanation is usually a lot simpler and a lot easier to communicate with, because one, you don't have to you don't have to take the time to read to something. You can just throw it on as background noise. And two, it's a lot easier when you get somewhat of a visual representation, in my opinion.
Awesome.
So CJ, just maybe there's some other like NFT people in this space currently. So let's say, like, I've been in NFTs for a little while. I've been selling and reselling. I've stacked up a little ETH. Why would I want to look at something like Solon to put my ETH? Like what? How do I put my ETH there? What's gonna happen to it while it's there? And what good is that for me?
John, that's a quite great question. But essentially, if you invest in Solon, you're investing in the idea of there's going to be more people in the world that aren't going to understand the technology behind NFTs and cryptocurrencies and or have the ability or the time to learn about NFTs and cryptocurrency and all these things. There's always going to be that educational barrier to entry. And what we're doing is we're trying to, get as close as possible to eliminating that barrier of entry. So this way, anyone in the real world, any member of the general public can invest with essentially with the best NFT investors and the best cryptocurrency investors and all these things using our protocol, using Solon DeFi. So you're investing in the idea that the majority of people are going to have that educational barrier to entry, and this makes their lives a lot simpler if they want to get involved with cryptocurrency and NFTs.
So if I'm a big time DeFi expert and I'm really good at getting yield on my crypto, essentially I create a room or a pool with a smart contract. Is that correct?
Yeah, so you just generate a liquidity pool. So you just create your own pool. Let's say you're a DeFi expert. You create your own pool. You select the assets and you just manage it in live time like you would normally manage a pool on any other automated market maker. And then essentially anyone in the world can use our protocol to be as have their assets managed by this professional. So this professional doesn't do any additional work. They just manage their own assets like they normally would, and you're essentially just copying their position. And in exchange for them, they get to have an additional fee on user profits that the user has to agree to when they enter. So for the manager, it's all the work they would normally do. So it's no extra work for them, but there's extra incentive for them to be on our protocol because they make money off of users who essentially are like, hey, this guy makes millions of dollars pools are doing whatever he does. I want to copy him. So not only do they make money off their own capital, but they can make money off of other users' capital in addition.
And one of the really cool things about Solon is the mitigation of impermanent loss. Can you just kind of, again, for the 5-year-old, can you explain impermanent loss and what Solon has created to deal with that?
Yeah, so impermanent loss is the only risk in loaning your money out to decentralized exchange and providing liquidity. So what we've created here is we've created the first system to allow you to fully mitigate impermanent loss. So this way, for the first time in history, when you're loaning out your money to a decentralized exchange, you can not only make money off the underlying assets like you normally would when just holding them in your wallet, but you also make an additional annual percent return off trading fees on top of the money you make off the underlying assets. So this creates a whole new position and a whole new way to manage money because before, when you loaned your money out to these decentralized exchanges, so users could trade different cryptocurrencies, you had this risk of impermanent loss, which you could potentially lose a decent sum of money in loaning your money out to this exchange. So we've gotten rid of that risk, and we've also given people the ability to move that risk level anywhere between 0 and 100%, so they can maximize their fees and minimize the amount of risk if they're a professional pool manager.
So, if I'm a conservative investor, maybe I don't have, obviously I don't have a lot of experience in liquidity pools, but I'm looking for something long term to let my money ride. Now, with a lot of retirement or IRAs or 401ks, you have the ability to, set aside certain amounts of shares for, you know, investments that are more volatile and investments that are much more conservative and you have less risk. So essentially, I could put some of my crypto in a very conservative pool where there's close to 0% chance of loss, and then I could put a smaller percent
in another pool that's a little more volatile but has a chance for a higher return.
That's correct. So you could essentially invest in an asset like US dollar coin, which is obviously always pegged to the value of the US dollar in one of these liquidity pools. So it's like you're always investing in the US dollar, but in addition to having all your money in US dollars like you normally would, you get a small additional annual percent return in trading fees associated with trades made on US dollar coin. So you are essentially making money on an asset that there's no risk involved.
Somebody on Discord has asked the question, and I think this is kind of just maybe some people's opinion. Astral Trader, what's the best way to dollar cost average into crypto markets? Daily, weekly, or monthly deposits?
See, the thing with cryptocurrency is it is always going to be extremely volatile until it's reached the more mass adoption phase. And in my opinion, I think daily at this point is not volatile enough. I'd say it depends on how much money you're investing in and how long you want to hold it for. But I'd say I do weekly cost averaging or monthly. I tend to swing towards the weekly position because the value of ETH and all these other cryptocurrencies swing fairly dramatically every week. And then also, if you're investing in cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and all these other cryptocurrencies, I suggest putting your money in and let it be money that you don't need to access for 5 years. If you're investing, don't touch it. Because these cryptocurrencies are going to be worth so much more money, once we do get closer and closer to the mass adoption phase, like the NFTs. NFTs in this community right now is so toxic. I mean, intoxicating. Sorry, but everyone's addicted to NFT culture. It's onboarded so many new people to the cryptocurrency industry that was never there before. We now have I don't know. I think there's about 250,000 people in the NFT industry right now, which is nothing. But we all know how amazing the culture is here. I mean, we're all here right now for a reason. I mean, so many of my best friends are people I've met through the NFT space and Discord and things like that. And we're really just scratching on the adoption phase. And if you're going to buy any cryptocurrencies, I would dollar cost average over a weekly period and just hold it forever.
Oh, I just want also that I just want to point the fact that NFTs are like putting people together. There are like communities building right now from people all around the world, and that is that is awesome. Some of Discord servers that you can see people like. For me, I'm from the Caribbean, so I'm like probably working with people from Korea, from I don't know Australia. So well, at least for me, that is just awesome because I'm just meeting. I'm having the opportunity to meet new cultures, more about the cultures, food, how they think, how they like express the way of they think everything. Like for me, for example, this is like a really a really good opportunity just to new cultures and new people. And being part of like an international community.
Yeah, it really is a borderless community. And I got to say, I mean, I do this all day just because I love being involved in cryptocurrency. I love the work, I love cryptocurrency, and I especially love the NFT community. It's kind of addicting in a way, just being here and being in the space and talking to all these people and making all these connections and meeting everyone and then being able to connect with the art and the utility and all these discords and the communities behind everything. So it really is a great space and it's a great time. And I love being here because my work doesn't even feel like work.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Cool. If anybody else has any questions or comments or another subject they'd like to steer the conversation toward, you're welcome to come up. We'll keep the floor open and we'll keep the conversation going. We'll shoot for 10 more minutes. If nobody has any other input or questions, we'll go ahead and shut it down.
I don't know. Probably CJ, if you want to make a little brief, how it's going to be this week for Solon, a little resume.
Yeah. So this week, tomorrow, I'm meeting with our hopefully the auditor that will take us on to get more specifics about how long the audit's going to take, if we can put a deposit down, things like that. We also have a few other meetings this week for potential partnerships and some other things. I'm not going to say exactly what's going on until things are set in stone. I don't like to I don't like to put things out there unless they're definitely going to happen. But we've got a lot of really cool meetings coming up this week with a lot of very interesting people in the space. So hopefully a lot of good will come from that.
Fourplex, I saw you just joined us. You're welcome to join the conversation.
Yes, I had a question about the Solana pip that I heard about earlier in a different space. Just basically what it was and things like that.
What was that?
Yeah, Solana pip. It's like, I guess, the new decentralized exchange for Solana or something like that.
Oh, this isn't Solana. This is Solon. We're a new protocol built off of Ethereum in Polygon. The name does mix people up sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I just joined the Discord. My fault, but this is a good conversation. I'm still here.
Oh, sweet. All right, sounds good. Anyone else?
Well, all right then. Thank you, everybody. Like we've been talking about, we are still minting the NFT. The Discord is open. Come in, join us, ask any questions. This is not an NFT project. It is a decentralized exchange and rentable NFT project. NFTs are definitely a component, but this is not an NFT focused product, but the NFTs are badass. You can find links to the website through the Discord, also through the Twitter account, Solon DeFi. And you can also get in Crypto Jesus's DMs if you have more specific questions you didn't feel comfortable asking today. My name's John. I'll give you 5 seconds to throw your hand up if you have any questions. And otherwise, we'll go ahead and end the space.
Just real quick, CJ, where do you think that we can go with Solon? Like, what do you like? The moon? What do you like? Mars, Pluto? What do you say? Jupiter?
I don't like to put that type of vernacular up because then it gets a little more hypey.
Okay.
But because this community right now is centered around obviously our friends, family, early adopters. But I mean, like I do like to throw out there sometimes. We're currently evaluating the total market cap of this project at around $8 million. Our shittiest competitor, which I wouldn't even call a competitor because they only do like an eighth of what our ecosystem does, and they're going to do it nowhere near as well, is worth $200 million. So you can put all these things into context. You can go look at any of their white papers versus what we're doing here, and it'll give you a nice sense of the amount of value behind this project.
Awesome. There you go, people. We are also at Discord. If you want to share with us, we are there. Any questions also, we are there.
All right, then. Thank you, everybody, for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. I really appreciate it. What a great conversation. It's just so fun to engage with everybody and to just, learn more about Solon. Really exciting stuff. Again, just like Dante just said, join us in Discord, ask your questions there. Visit the website, read all the literature that's been posted. My name's John. I'm going to close this space in 3, 2. See y'all next time.
Thank you, guys.